adding intermittent fasting in, and you want to take it to the next level, one of my next favorite ones that I think is great as the body's getting more used to fasting is actually adding in a dinner to dinner fast. Dinner to dinner fast, again, you can do it once a week. Some people like to do it twice a week, but a dinner to dinner fast is fantastic because, again, you're not necessarily going an entire day without eating, right? You stop eating dinner at 7 o'clock maybe on Tuesday. That means that your next meal comes on Wednesday around 6 or 7 o'clock. So you just went 24 hours, you fasted, and again, you were able to do a lot of healing for your body. But why do we love fasting so much? Let's talk about that for just a second. Like, why is fasting such a powerful tool? Number one, it's been, an absolute, mess in our society with this idea that, oh my gosh, we got to eat all the time or you're going to die. First of all, not true. Yeah. All right. Let me just go ahead and break that down for you. Whoever made that up, should literally be, thrown in jail. And if they're dead, they should throw their family in jail.
But, oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
Jeez. Tell me how you really feel about that. No, I will say this. I do want to add this because I've coached a lot of people into fasting. And y'all, we know how to do it the right way. People that go through it tell me it's the best they've felt in years. But my biggest pet peeve is, oh my gosh, I can't do it. If I don't eat after a couple of hours, I get hangry or I faint. Or I've heard this multiple times. My doctor says I can't fast. That's the dumbest thing ever. This is the first time in human existence, maybe in the last so.
Wait, but you can't fast because I put you on 3 different medications.
Yeah, that's
for the problems that you need to be fasting for in the first place, right?
Yeah. So what ends up happening is you have this idea that fasting is horrible because you've been fed with this idea through commercials, through advertisements, through readily available crappy food that you need all this junk to keep you going. But it's only been the last couple of decades versus centuries of human existence. We have fasted. Our body uses fasting to heal, to repair, to bounce back. Right now, for doctors to be saying you can't fast, it's oh, okay, cool. Let's just ignore how we were created. In fact, in the 70s, they did a study on how Americans here in the U.S. would eat, and it was breakfast, and it was lunch, and it was dinner, and that's it. I mean, think about it. In the 70s, if you tried to eat before dinner, your mom would be like, "You're going to ruin your dinner." And if you try to eat after dinner, your mom would say, "No, you should have eaten more at dinner." So you can fast, and I'm not telling you can fast and hate your life. You can fast and come out the other end and feel like, wow, how did that happen? I mean, we had a 82-year-old woman fasting in our office, and she was like, it was amazing. My gut felt great. I cannot believe I've never done this before.
Her back pain went away.
Yeah, this is just
literally
I have to tell you
back
about
pain.
fasting. Yeah.
But bottom line is this. Implementing fasting is crucial to your life. Actually, one of my all-time heroes, Thomas Seyfried, he's a PhD. Oh, he's amazing. He's amazing because this guy's been literally flooding the research world with all this information about really what is the primary cause of cancer and what is some of the primary things you can do to prevent it. Out of Boston College, just absolutely brilliant cancer researcher, and he actually talks about you do one. Okay, one out of 365 days of the year. You do one 5-day water fast. You cut down your risk of cancer by 95%. 95%. This one of the scariest words in our society, right? Which, again, I would even debate doesn't necessarily have to be anymore, but we create it as a very, very scary word. 95% prevention if you do one 5-day water fast. That means you can eat 360 days throughout the year, and you do one 5-day water fast, cut down your risk of cancer by 95%. Now, that being said, I'm not telling you guys just to start there. I'm not telling you just to jump in and do a 5-day water fast.
You would
actually feel probably pretty terrible. you know, you would survive and you would live, but you'd feel terrible and you'd probably want to kick me in the shin, right? So you have to start somewhere. That's why I say start with the intermittent fasting. When you get better at that, move over doing it maybe one dinner to dinner fast a week. And again, that means you're not skipping a meal during the day. You literally get to still eat on that day. And then later on, right, then you can work your way over and start implementing some greater forms of fasting. But what are some of the best things that happen in the body when you fast?
Well, autophagy.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Okay, let me tell you. Well, it's actually, I think this is really remarkable for me because you went in looking at all this stuff, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I should fast too. And I was blown away. I mean, for someone that was diagnosed with thyroid cancer at 19, I was blown away that there was even research back then when I was 19 about the power of autophagy. And everyone's scared of cancer, everyone's scared of heart disease, but the thing to know is that you're made up of cells. And every few years, all these cells die off and you have new cells, which means if you are made up of sick cells, you are sick. But if you have healthy cells, then you are healthy. And autophagy is extraordinary because when people fast, I'm like, don't take your supplements, don't take anything. I just want you to see how amazing your body is. Autophagy is your body's own innate ability to break down damaged cells, to clean out the house. Like your body, when you fast, it's not dedicated anymore to breaking down these foods or dealing with carbs. When you are fasting, your body's own immune system, everything is dedicated to clearing out those damaged cells. That's what autophagy is. I mean, the research on autophagy in cancer is just amazing. On fasting, even fasting leading up into chemotherapy. What was it that the study showed?
Yeah, so like that's actually UCLA Hospital did a study with the help of Walter Longo, right, who's kind of the one of the main researchers as well in the whole realm of fasting. He's the one that created the fasting mimicking diet. But anyway, they actually did a study where they looked at individuals who fasted before their chemotherapy treatments. And what they saw, people that fasted for at least 48 hours, so that means water fasted for 48 hours before their chemotherapy treatments, actually saw not only a significant reduction in symptoms, but the majority of people that went through it had zero symptoms because what the body does is it's brilliant, right? It's actually smart. Oh, clue to the medical system, your body's intelligence. Here we go. Number one, it actually triggers a gene, turns on a gene that protects your good cells, right? So it says, okay, you are now fasting. I want to make sure that the cells that I have that are in good shape are actually, again, they're protected. They're doing well. And then it actually turns on a cytotoxic gene that actually targets damaged cells and damaged parts of cells to break that down. And so guess what that means? That means when you undergo that, conventional cancer treatment under the, again, the kind of the prevention of fasting beforehand, what you actually start to see is it protects your good cells, turns on the gene that makes your bad cells more, again, vulnerable, right, to the chemotherapy. And so they're actually able to take the conventional therapy, and what really ends up killing the majority of cancer patients, which is the conventional treatment, they were able to actually reduce that. And yet, I guarantee you there's probably, maybe 100, 200, 300 people listening right now on this radio station, listening right now that have cancer, and I guarantee you your oncologist never told you anything about that.
Or your oncologist telling you that what you eat doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Or what you do eat, what you don't eat, which is insane. And so, guys, this information is absolutely life-changing. And if you think you can't do it, it's because you just haven't trained your body to do it. Our body is remarkable. And my goal when I sit down with someone that's kind of gone through the system is to realize that your body's not working against you, your body's working for you, and that the symptoms or the things that you might be going to, whether it's pain or your diagnosis, whatever it may be, is your body doing everything it can to keep you alive. So your body is working with you and not against you. So this is this type of information we're going to be talking and kind of really going into at the Blood Sugar Summit. It's December 9th. I guess I was scared saying the date because on our Facebook video, I said the wrong date. December 9th, right?
Yeah.
It's 6:30.
So if people show up at the wrong time, it's your fault.
I know.
No, just kidding.
Or the wrong day. Okay, December 9th at 6:30, Venue Church, Chattanooga. Doctors Warren, we will be there teaching
awesome.
you guys this information. So a couple ways to register. I see that people have been calling, getting some tickets. That's awesome. You can give Mary Beth a call right now, 423-362-5360. Again, that's 423-362-5360. This is bring your friends, make a girls' day out of it, bring your family,
Why not
make it
a guy's
date
day?
night. I'm not
Make it
there
a guy's
yet.
day out of it too, right? Guys' evening out.
Yeah, guys' evening out. You can even register on drswarren.com, DRSWARREN.com, or on Facebook at Doctors Warren. You can. It's an Eventbrite link, and I mean we're really excited to do this because I will say I just did a hormone balance. We did a summit and it was amazing. We sold out that talk. That one takes a little bit more work, you know.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit more time to see those results. I love this event because in 1 week you can see a difference.
Big time, no doubt.
And we'll be sharing stories from people in our office. I mean, I have someone who came in, blood sugar 230, A1C 8.7. She did not know.
Mm-hmm.
She sat down and she did not know. She was like, I don't feel great. I feel kind of swollen. I can't lose some weight. But she just said, my life is stressful. And I was like, we're going to take blood sugar. We're going to do some blood work. 230.
Yeah.
Within 30 days, it got down to 130. It's been like 8 months now. And it hasn't gone above 130 at all. Like, it keeps on going down, down, down. So,
that's awesome.
It's possible to do that. It is not a death sentence. It is not a life sentence. Yeah. And in a day and age, I can tell you this. Multiple people through the years, I think one of the things that scares people the most is Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah.
Because right now, within the medical system, you know, Alzheimer's and dementia is it is a death sentence. It's this thing, well, once you get it, that's it.
Yeah.
But the studies are there. People are looking into what can happen. Who was the one guy he was the first medical doctor that published a study on reversing it? Was it Thomas?
Yeah, well, Dr. Dale Bredesen.
Dale Bredesen.
Dale Bredesen.
I always get his name mixed up. So.
And I mean, again, if you go in and you read his stuff, you read his books, you read the things that they're doing in their clinic, I mean, it's literally the same stuff.
But I'm going to give a disclaimer. Because Dr. Nathan, he reads all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he tells other people to read all this stuff. It is so sciencey filled. I'm like, dude, not everyone's going to read this really science and facts book. Like, I'm just like, you just teach them the information.
Yeah, I mean, but the greatest thing that you can do for your brain, right, is keep your blood sugar and insulin in balance. You know, and so, you know, we talked about fasting. I think that's important. But what else? Like, you know, I think one of the biggest things that we are going to address is the appropriate way to utilize a ketogenic as a tool.
Wait, but Dr. Nathan, keto is so bad for your liver. It's so bad for your body. It's destroying your body. Medical Medium. We're going to be talking about that. If you guys hear about, if you guys follow Medical Medium, I didn't know this about this guy. Everyone loves him, but he talks to spirits about food information. But someone shared an article with me about it, and I'm like, oh, I cannot wait to rip this apart. We might do it at the talk, and we might do it on next week's radio show. But you're right. It's about getting ketosis the right way. He
told everybody to drink celery juice, so that's good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Like, my mom's naturopath talked about that 27 years ago. So
yeah, but your mom's naturopath was way ahead of his time, man. Yeah. He's a smart dude. But yeah, I think a big thing to understand is that thousands of diets and ways of eating are dependent on carb for fuel, and you never really give your body a break from that and just use fat for fuel, especially since the 80s and 90s, since the 50s. What is it? That one medical doctor that told America to eat low fat. He lied and created this heart attack epidemic here in the U.S. But the thing is this: you have to give your body a break. And I'm not telling you. People like to think about restriction. I can't have this. I can't have this. Listen, yeah, you can't. But you can also have grass-fed butter and lots of fat and avocado oil and coconut and really good quality fish and meat. And you can have all of this.
Sounds good.
I know, right?
I'm hungry now.
So, guys, we got to go on break here. Give us a call to get your tickets for the Blood Sugar Summit, December 9th, 6:30, Monday, Venue Church, Chattanooga, 423-362-5360, or go to our website, drswarren.com, or Facebook, Doctors Warren. We'll see you right after the break.
All right, guys. So, you know, the ketogenic diet. Let's talk about that for just a second, because I do think that's a diet that gets it's one end of the spectrum or the other, where people are like, I love it, I'm going to be on ketogenic for the rest of my life because I've lost 30 pounds. And then you have the other end of the spectrum where people are like, no, the ketogenic diet will kill you. That's crazy. I've actually had some of my patients, medical doctors, make a statement like that, which is wild. And so, here's my take on it. A ketogenic diet is a tool. It is a tool that you can utilize to push the body into a healing state. For most people, the majority of our population, ketosis is not something that you should be in the rest of your life, right? And so now, if you're somebody with seizure disorder, or you're somebody that suffers with a neurological disease, maybe it's Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson, MS, those are areas that I would push the body into ketosis, long-term ketosis, in order to heal the nervous system. But for the majority of us, we use ketosis and we use a ketogenic diet to absolutely make ourselves what's called metabolically flexible, which means in the presence of carbohydrate, our muscles and our brain can burn that glucose and burn those carbohydrates. But then when there's no presence of carbohydrates and you've used all of your glycogen storages, now you can efficiently burn fat for fuel. When you can do that, now you have just created what's called metabolic flexibility, which is one of the greatest health achievements that you can have. And really, I say health achievements, but really that's the way our bodies were designed to be in the first place, which means that you can actually, go throughout the day. You can eat, basically a paleo style lifestyle, which means you're eating lots of good healthy meat, animal fat, lots of, tons and tons of vegetables and plant matter, tons of, fruit, nuts, and seeds. You can consume those things, but then because you're fasting throughout the night and into the next day, you're back into burning fat again. That's metabolic flexibility, right? And so that's really our goal when we're utilizing a ketogenic diet. And unfortunately, the majority of these, even Facebook groups and things that I see, these people are still consuming things like diet soda. They're consuming massive amounts of bacon, massive amounts of cheese. I have questions on a daily basis about, well, Dr. Nathan, I'm sensitive to dairy, so how do I do ketogenic diet? And it blows my mind. Because number one, I've been doing, in and out of ketosis and doing ketogenic diets for a while, and I don't consume hardly any dairy except for grass-fed butter. Like, besides that, I'm not consuming any dairy. And so, again, you don't need dairy to do a ketogenic diet, right? What do we need? We just need the restriction of carbohydrate. So we need to lower the amount of carbohydrates that we're doing. And really the way our ancestors got into ketosis is fasting, right? That's the primary way that they did it. And so increase your good, healthy dietary fat, decrease your carbohydrate load, and utilize fasting, and watch what happens. Over time, you will get into ketosis. Now, here's the other thing that I notice. I'll have people that say, well, I'm testing my ketones, and they're high, but I still feel like junk, or I'm not losing weight, or I'm not, this and that, my brain still feels foggy, those type of things. And what I like to point out to them is two scenarios. Number one, your ketones are high, but so is your blood sugar. That's dangerous. That means that you're still having some damage there to your cells. You're not quite, you're basically trying, your body's in almost a confusion state where it's actually trying to burn two fuels at once, and that's not a good thing. The most common area, though, that I see the mistake is you've just gotten your body into ketosis, your ketones are high, but just because your ketones are high doesn't mean you're actually utilizing those ketones for energy. That takes time, and that takes efficiency. So the more efficient that our bodies get at burning fat, now you actually see your ketones go from being higher down to a little bit lower, because now you're actually using that fat for fuel. And that's what we want, right? But a ketogenic diet is a massively powerful tool that can do a lot for healing the nervous system. And we love to do that. And we're going to be talking about that at the Blood Sugar Summit, which is going to be exciting. All right, guys, welcome back to Wellness Radio. I am your health expert, Dr. Nathan Warren. I'm here with Dr. Rebecca Warren, and we've been talking about fasting, and we've been talking a little bit about a ketogenic diet because we have our third annual Blood Sugar Summit coming up. It is on December the 9th at Venue Chattanooga, so Venue Church Chattanooga, at 6:30 p.m., December the 9th. And again, we're going to be going over all things blood sugar and how to actually get the body into a healing state. We've been talking about people with diabetes, people with pre-diabetes, people with, that are worried about Alzheimer's and dementia, people with 1.5 diabetes, people with all, different forms of diabetes. But I think we're missing another category of people, right? Like one of my coaching clients, Dan, that I started working with him about 3.5 months ago. And again, he primarily came in because he was dealing with psoriatic arthritis. This is a guy who's been eating he's tried a vegan diet, he's tried paleo diet, he's been doing those for years, but yet he's still got this underlying issue going on. And what he didn't realize, even though, he's eating all of this good food, is that he still had a blood sugar insulin issue.
Yep.
And so I helped, again, create a plan where I pushed him into ketosis, right, and doing it in a safe and healthy, effective way. And like I said, in a short period of time, he's went from 225 pounds down to 178, right? And actually his psoriatic arthritis, when you look at the spots on his elbows,
I saw him
knees,
in the office. He told me about it, but when I saw him, I was like, wow, it's one of those things that you can notice a difference. Mm-hmm. When your body's inflamed, you notice a difference. When it comes down in inflammation. And so the one thing I want to say is, like, when we do stuff like this, we're not a weight loss clinic. I mean, right down the street from us, you can go get $20 pill to make you lose weight and give you a heart attack and cancer, but you can lose weight that way. But I will say that weight loss resistance, not just weight loss resistance, where you're just seeing this kind of like push of your body not being able to decrease, or you feel like you've been doing everything the same but you're gaining weight. That is a red flag of an underlying hormone issue. And man, one of my virtual coaching clients, his blood sugar's not even there yet. I mean, it's improved, but like last time I talked with him, I was like, all right, we got to bring this down. We got to keep on working. And he's like, well, I'm just really surprised. He's like, as I don't weigh myself. But then he started telling me about how like he had to give his belt away because he needed to do a tighter belt. That he wore a jacket to church. That he hasn't ever been able to like button up the buttons, and without thinking, as he was walking, he buttoned up the buttons. He's like, it's not even like the weight loss, is that my body's completely different. Well, yeah, when your insulin is balanced, when your blood sugar is balanced, you want to decrease that inflammation and your body balances out. So, Blood Sugar Summit, December 9th at 6:30 p.m. Venue Church, Chattanooga.
How do you get registered?
How do you get registered? Give us a call right now. Get some tickets, 423-362-5360. Go to doctorswarren.com. Right at the top is a banner you can click. Or go to our Facebook page at Doctors Warren, DRSWARREN, and you can get registered there. Awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We love doing that event. Again, if you want to take your health to the next level, no matter what, here's the thing. You could be dealing with thyroid issues. You could be dealing with headaches. You could be dealing with heart disease. You could be dealing with cancer. You could be dealing with Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia, MS, whatever it is. Your body is going to benefit by getting your blood sugar and insulin balance, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So December the 9th, 6:30 p.m., Venue Church, Chattanooga, 423-362-5360, or at doctorswarren.com. Guys, we had a blast, and we will see you again next week. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Yeah. So, again, we've talked about ketosis. We've talked about fasting. So, if you guys think of any questions that you would like answered, make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you leave a question, and we'll try to get those answered in some Facebook Lives coming up this next week. We will be doing several of them on this topic as we get ready for our summit, because, again, we're super excited about that. And technically, I think that, if there's anything that you can do for your health, I think that this is probably your number one thing that you can do is get your blood sugar insulin under control, which is going to be fantastic. So again, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your holiday weekend, and we will see you